Hi honey bunny, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kina and this is Purposefully Prosperous, and in today's video this is just another spirituality and mindset chit chat. I'm just going to be sharing, some personal experiences, some insights that I got. So yeah, I just want to share with you and chat with you, and you let me know how you feel down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my links down below. I do have an easy manifestation guide, journal, and planner that you can obviously use for personal use, but you can also resell it for 100% profit as long as you customize it to your liking. As well as I do have a link down below to where you can create your website through Pinsite, and if you do choose to go through Pinsite, I have 2 months 40% off for you if you choose the of the pro version. So yeah, check out all the links down below. Hopefully, one of those things helps you out in some way, some shape, or form. And yeah, so I do just want to just chit chat. I'm gonna look down on my journal. Well, actually, before we get in, if you see me looking down, I'm looking down in my journal because I did write down some things. So first things first, I just want to share like a little. Well, I don't know if it's little. I want to share a story with you. So as if you've watched my previous videos, I am in a Dream Life Academy. All about dream life creation. Right? And in my previous video as well, I did talk about how our higher self really just is so wonderful and does a lot of great things for us and will always lead us back to things that are important, right? And so sometimes things may not make sense to our logical minds, but our higher self sees things that we cannot see, right? As our earthly selves. So, with that being said, right, and on my vision board for this year, I talked about, or I wrote from the mindset of someone with, from the law of assumption community, right? What you assume to be true is what will be true for you. However, I don't really come from necessarily the law of assumption mindset, right? So it is all about our beliefs, and we're all about changing our beliefs and our mindsets, right? But it's also about doing your best. So not every day your best is going to look different. And that's what I got from the 4 agreements. That is the last agreement, if you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, in my vision board, I wrote that I am an intentional woman. And to my logical mind, right, because all of our brains work differently. I am not what is classified as neurotypical. I am neurodivergent. So my days naturally look different anyway, or they feel different to what I would consider somebody who's more like neurotypical, who's more organized, who's more whatever. So my definition of intention might be different. Intentional might be different than yours. So with that being said, though, I'm an intentional woman, right? So for me, being intentional, I'm in the Dream Life Academy. I'm doing what I gotta do. And from the mindset of law of assumption, I love it. However, I do still come from manifesting through action, right? And I'm learning more and more about inspired action. So that's also in my book. It's all about self-concept. It's how we view ourselves in relation to the things that we desire. So I can't sit here and say necessarily my mindset is perfect, right? We have so many thoughts a day. We're constantly shifting. So that's why mentorship, coaching, all of those things really are important. Yeah. So I did get a little off track, I believe. So my highest self, right? in the group, it's all about being intentional. It's about creating our dream lives. My earthly self asked the coach the question, how do we really know what our gifts and how do we truly know what our gifts are, right? Because we're in the topic of manifesting money. We're talking about all different things: dream life creation, manifesting money, financial freedom. And that's also on my vision board, financial freedom, right? And I know that I'm going to have it. How? Don't know. But right, I'm speaking it forth. I'm going to be financially free. Like, that is my birthright, to be abundant, financially free. All of these things. Yours as well. Now, I asked that question and she gave me answers, right? The coach gave me answers. But my highest self led me back to a journal prompt, or a journal entry, excuse me, that I had prior to even being led to Dream Life Academy group. So, or private group, private membership. And this is what my higher self wrote before I got into the group. Sorry, one second. So you know what you're here to do. You know what your strengths and gifts are. And I think a lot of us have been so conditioned to just be humble, and humbleness gets you nowhere. Now realize that the literal definition of humble is to view yourself as less than. If God in the universe is literally inside of you, what is telling you to be humble? Who or what is making you think that you are less than? If you are one with God and not separate from God, you are not separate from the universe. So humbleness doesn't make any sense, okay? Just keep that in mind. But you know your power, you know your strength, and you know that you just have to continue to build. So my strengths are talking about stuff like this: spirituality, mindset, and sometimes, and it's within my nature, right? Just what I wrote. It's within my nature to be helpful, uplifting, and inspiring, and sometimes writing or write. That's in my nature, to write. So sometimes that humbleness creeps in because it's like programming. Who am I to talk about these things, right? To share these things, to share my wisdom, because I don't have it 100% together. But nobody has it 100% together, and nobody's ever going to have it 100% together, because it's a part of our soul's evolution to continue to grow and to expand, right? What we're here to do now, we're here to, be effective now, in sharing our knowledge, our gifts, our wisdom, all of these things. Share them now, and obviously they're going to get passed down to future generations. And that makes me think of like Reverend Ike. I discovered him when he's deceased, but I've learned so many great things just by listening to his sermons, right? So that's going to be you in the future. That's going to be me in the future. Things, when we share our gifts, right? We get on here, we share our wisdom. We're going to be able to pass things down to people in the future to have positive mindset shifts, that'll already be when they get here, right? If we have children, grandchildren, when they get here, that's what will be programmed into them, not sitting here trying to unlearn the unnecessary things that we didn't have to learn, right? Because I'm not sure your situation, but right, we are all here to break you know, generational patterns, um, things that unhealthy patterns, right? So, yeah, back to the journal though. So every person, no matter whoever you get inspiration from, they're never going to have it 100% together, right? They want to expand and grow, and they're going to continue to do so, but they're not viewing themselves from a low standpoint. It's like, okay, actually, I'm growing, I'm blossoming, I'm getting better. because that's what we want to be better. We want to grow in all those things. So, yeah, and yeah, I wrote it all started with an idea in their mind first. And yeah, so I feel like, wait, our soul is to continue to evolve. So even if you feel like you got the perfect routine, something with your routine is going to get disrupted. It's going to get changed, right? And it's really up to you to still have the mental discipline. Um, I did in the journal entry, I did the voice to text, so it's like a little wonky, but essentially what I'm saying is like it's really up to us to have that mental discipline. So I'm going to backtrack just a little bit, right? So in another entry, and it was a video that I decided to just have for myself with 5 things that I learned on my self-worth journey. And one of those was relapses doesn't erase all of your progress. So if you go back and watch the last couple videos, if you haven't already, I'm supposed to be I am doing a 30-day challenge, uploading on YouTube for 30 days, waking up right at early 4 o'clock in the morning, basically getting up, having my day, right? Creating the dream life, being the version of me that I want to be, embodying who it is that I want to be. However, I missed the upload the other day. One of the days my body didn't wake me up at 4 a.m. So I could have been mad at myself and just said, erase the whole challenge. Don't do it. Like, whatever. But no, you just have to get up and you have to try again. So I'm here. I'm creating. I'm not letting that relapse, because I could have relapsed and went completely backwards and just was like, okay, whatever. I don't want to do the challenge anymore. But I want to be intentional, right? The challenge is me becoming more intentional, becoming who it is that I want to be, right? I I'm saying that I'm an intentional woman, right? I'm here to be a co-creator of God in the universe. So why give up on the challenge? Just because, I didn't do my best. I know that my best looks different every single day. So yeah, it doesn't make sense for me to give up, and it doesn't make sense for you to give up. Every day is going to look different, and that's exactly what I wrote here. So even if circumstances are changed, you still have the mindset of, okay, I'm adaptable. I can still achieve whatever it is I want to achieve. And also being mentally strong enough to realize the things that I'm doing are not working for me. So I'm going to find something that does feel better, that does resonate with me. So the example that I gave in 2020, I created my cosmetics business and I closed it. It wasn't aligning with my higher self's vision. And I reopened it again, and it wasn't aligning with my higher self's vision. I have a different vision now, right? I feel more aligned to my higher self's vision. So it will get back open. But someone that I really love and care about called me a failure because I stopped my business. I decided to step back and look more at the bigger picture. So, like I said, my vision is huge, right? So I knew I had to step away, and it felt like a dark place, which, hearing things like I'm a failure because my business didn't go 100% how I wanted, um, yeah, I could have let those things bother me. But since I'm learning about mindset shifting, or since, I've been learning about it, I quantum leaped out of that reality of feeling like I needed to accept that negative thing, that I'm a failure. How am I a failure? I can't fail if I'm learning, right? Failure to me is doing the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over again, and I'm not living my dream life. You know, I'm not anywhere close to my dream life. So I'm glad that I took those breaks and regrouped because I'm aligning with my higher self's vision. And I believe it's right here. I believe it's right here. Yep, y'all, this book, The World is Mirror. So it's a great reference point for me. Yep, it's right here. So as much as you realize the truth, you climb more and more on that spectrum until your vision becomes one with your higher self's vision. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. Your higher self is not separate from you, like we already said, right? But it's just you on a higher level of consciousness. You can't see what your higher self sees. So I'm aligning with my higher self's vision. And now, because I took those breaks, because I said, nah, doesn't match, doesn't make sense for what I'm trying to do, from who I am becoming. Now I feel like, okay, I'm closer to it. I could have just kept doing that same thing and just making up random stuff, but that's not being intentional. I want to create a beautiful life. There's a certain life that I want to live, and I have to be diligent. I have to be patient. I have to take my, I have to take my precious energy to make sure I'm really creating what it is that I actually want to create. I don't want to just create anything. I don't want to just put out whatever. I have morals that, I have my own moral code. The ethical things for my cosmetic business, like all of those things play in my mind. I don't want to just put out anything. Not to say that I was just putting out anything, but it wasn't aligning with my higher self's vision. So yeah, don't let people call you a failure. Like, no. God says be strong and courageous. So there's that. Yeah, so again, those people, that person that said I'm a failure is not living their dream life. They're not doing anything to create their dream life. They're okay. They are happy where they're at. And that's why also, not my direct mentor, but someone that I really love listening to is Chanel Richie, and she always says avoid the unhappy and unlucky. I believe that's also in the book 48 Laws of Power, but personally haven't read that book. But I will be reading it soon because my bestie has the book, so she's reading it, and then she said she'll let me read it after. Anyway, yeah, they're not living their dream life, so yeah, life is meant to be rigged in your favor because, again, you are God in human form, so it's all up to you and all up to your mindset. What do you want and what are you gonna have? And yeah, then it also says, also don't be so disappointed in yourself all the time. Realize that your higher self is not separate from you again and is literally guiding you on the paths of least resistance. It's literally taking you through what you need to experience so that you can live the life that you want to live, so that you can come out and tell the stories of your victory and give the God within you the glory that you deserve, the glory that God deserves, the Most High deserves. So yeah, for my higher self right now, my future self, from my higher self right now, my future self can come back to read this. I just want to give a note to, like, all of the things that I have in the journal app that really resonate, I can put into this. because those were my mindset shifts, so I can share it with others that deserve to hear it, and it can make a little bit more sense. That's a part of my evolution. Yeah. So yeah, y'all, this is a 20-minute video. Like I said, just a chit chat. Um, yeah, just continue creating your dream life. So, let me know. I'm going to be creating a workshop, and I believe I'm going to create this to be a free workshop where maybe it can be about 10 of you lovely people, and we will be talking all about the 3 E's: embracing, envisioning, and embodying our higher selves. And yeah, let me know if you'd be interested in that. And yeah, I can create that, and it most likely will be a free group workshop, obviously. And yeah, we could have a lot of fun with it. So let me know if you'd be interested in that. But again, I do have my paid services down below if you're also interested in something more personal. So I love you, God loves you, and yeah, you're the best. Bye.